Hey guys, and welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry, free NHL picks. I'm Terry, ready to break down today's slate. I absolutely love the entire slate today. Books are sleeping. There's a lot of things that are not priced correctly today. So I am happy to go through it, and we will jump through the card here. We will start the show as we usually do. And that is taking a look at what happened yesterday. Ottawa with a 2-1 win in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has dominated Ottawa for a long time in Pittsburgh. That streak finally came to an end. Pittsburgh was unable to solve Dylan Ferguson, the rookie Senators goalie. He had a phenomenal first game and is the reason why the Senators won that game 2-1. Unfortunately, I did have the over 6.5 up on the site as a premium play, which did not cash. Florida and Detroit, my premium play up on the site for there was the Panthers on the puck line. Florida has dominated Detroit for a long time. And now Florida, we'll see here in a couple seconds in the standings page, Florida is fighting for that last playoff spot, and they currently hold it. So they continue on rolling along here. The Avalanche and Chicago, I said yesterday, there's only one bet I liked in that game, Mikko Rantanen anytime goal, which cashed. Otherwise, I was not involved. 5-0 Avalanche win, which is expected. I also said how I wanted to stay off the over, and I'm glad I did that because it stayed under. Sharks and Edmonton, Sharks and Oilers. I did not watch the game, but I heard that the Sharks had 3 goals taken away by video review. 5-4 overtime game for the Oilers. I'm sure that was a really exciting game. And the Oilers won by the skin of their teeth, but they got the job done there. And my third and final premium play of the day was LA Kings on the money line. And boy, did they not disappoint with an 8-2 win. I faded the Kings against Vancouver because Vancouver dominates them. But otherwise, LA is not a team I'm looking to fade. I jumped right back on them here. 8-2 win, which was absolutely great. Looking at the standings for the NHL currently, let me bring it up here. Carolina, New Jersey, New York Rangers. Not much change from yesterday there. Boston, Toronto, Tampa Bay, still in the Atlantic. Wildcard spot, Islanders with 80, Florida now with 79, and Pittsburgh with 78. After that, there's a bit of a drop-off. So obviously things can change. Somebody could get hot from one of these bottom teams, but I think it's more of a 3-team race now for the final 2 wildcard spots with Islanders, Florida, and Pittsburgh. Ottawa, Washington, and Buffalo all kind of in an island on their own, I guess with Detroit as well. Bottom feeders of the Eastern Conference. In the West, Dallas with 89, Colorado with 88, Minnesota with 88. We have a close race in the Central, a very close race for the division title there. Anyone's game in the Pacific as well. Vegas with 92, LA with 92, and Edmonton with 88. These Western divisions are so close they might come down to the final game, which would be great, I think. Wildcard teams, Seattle with 83, Winnipeg with 81, Calgary with 77, Nashville with 76, and then we have the rest of the Western Conference. Quickly look at what happened up on the site yesterday. 2-1 day for me, plus 125. I'm second in the last 7 days and second in the last 30 days on the site. Do have a 5-star play up today, which is in my 3-play package here you can get for $30, which includes the 5-star play. 5-1 on my 5-star plays so far this year. Bring this up. I will be giving out the play during the show. I won't say what it is or what game it is, but I will be giving it out. But if you want to buy the 3-pack up there, help support me and get my best 3 plays in the night, they are there. But we'll jump into things. Equanimous, Terry, hello. Nice to see you. What's up, Terry? I smashed a like. Of course you did, Richie. Much appreciated. Hello. Too bad today's slate sucks. Tomorrow is so much better. Incorrect. Hey, Terry. So much to bet today. Yes. It's just there's value everywhere. There is 2 games that I completely stayed off of, which is good in a slate like this. But player props, sides, everything, it's just things are not priced correctly. I can't even get Reeves anytime goal. Thank you for reminding me. Let me write that down. How could I possibly forget that? Ryan Reeves goal. I'm sorry that you can't have access to it because we'll get to that here in a bit. Thank you, Senators, from Islanders fans. Screw you, Penguins, from Penguins Betters. Good day, Terry. Good day, Brian. So close. Yes, IceX, you were. Unfortunately, San Jose lost in overtime. Pens, 49 shots on goal, 1 goal. I know. It's a lot of us got burned yesterday because of the Penguins. Unfortunately, that will happen sometimes, but yeah, surprising. Best bet for you today, IceX. Ottawa Senators money line. So everyone go and bet the Bruins because when IceX fades his Bruins, it doesn't go very well. I will just say that. I've noticed that. When you fade the Bruins, when you fade your team, well, fading the Bruins at any time, it doesn't really usually go very well, but that could be a reason why. 5-star play, shocking face. Yes. Only 6 on the year I've given out so far. But there's one play today that's just, it had to be a 5-star. Had to be. Can't even get Reeves anytime goal. He has goals in, I believe, 3 of his last 4 games, which is absolutely insane. We'll check prices when we get to that game. But we'll start with this one. First game on the board. Columbus Blue Jackets and Washington Capitals. Columbus plus 175 to plus 205. Washington minus 224 to minus 250. 6.5s across the board in this one. Columbus 1-6-1 in their last 8. 6 of their last 7 games have gone over, and they've lost by 2 or more in 6 of their last 8 games, which shouldn't really surprise anybody. Columbus is not a good team. They are losing games. They are losing by multiple goals, but so is this Capitals team. 2-4-1 in their last 7, 4 straight games over 6.5. 3 of their last 4 games, they've lost by 2 or more. And when we look at the past history, Columbus 6-2-2 in their last 10 trips to Washington. 5 of the 10 games went to overtime, which is kind of surprising. And 5 of the last 7 went under 5.5. So these 2 teams are going heavy to the over right now. But when they face each other, usually Columbus wins an overtime type of game, and it's a lower scoring game. For me, I'm not interested in side or total here, but I am interested in a couple props. The single prop for me in this game is Dylan Strome for the Washington Capitals. He plays on the top line with Ovechkin. He has a point in 9 of his last 11 games, so that's a great parlay piece. But I'm taking him to get an assist, plus 115, which he has done in 8 of his last 11 games. He has an assist. Yet he's plus 115 against this Columbus Blue Jackets defense and goaltending. We're at our first underpriced player prop, and that is Dylan Strome to get an assist at plus 115. If you're looking at the Columbus side, Patrick Laine has a point in 9 of his last 11 games, so he's been going off for Columbus. You'd have to do that as a parlay piece, though, because you can't bet that singly. But that's where I go with Columbus is Patrick Laine. But I like Dylan Strome here in this one. Earl Sports Bets, I'm taking you down with me. Nick likes the over. How these teams have been going lately, I don't blame you. Fade Ice X Leafs -1.5, looking like a lock. Nick trying to jinx the Leafs. Line 8 anytime goal. Yeah, if you wanted for a single play, that's where you'd have to go. I'd rather parlay him to get a point in something. Moving on along to our second game here, Florida Panthers and the Philadelphia Flyers. Florida -167 to -188. Philadelphia Flyers +130 to +158. 6.5s right across the board in this one. Florida's red hot right now, but they are on the second night of a back-to-back. Bobrovsky's been playing every game for them for a long time now. Nobody's confirmed yet. It might be Alex Lyon in net here for the Panthers. Carter Hart will be in net for the Flyers. Philadelphia 9-2-1 in their last 12 at home against Florida. They've had success against this Florida team. The issue is that Philadelphia is 2-7-2 in their last 11 games. They're not playing great hockey. I don't want to back them here, and I'm not going to back them here. The one player prop I am on in this game is Matthew Tkachuk over 1.5 points for -105. He has 2 or more points in 4 of his last 5 games. The heart and soul of this Florida offense. He's one of the reasons why they've been so hot lately. And that's kind of how I went with that. Over 1.5 points for Matthew Tkachuk. But this could be a spot Philadelphia could upset in this spot. But I'm not taking them because I'm not going to go against this Florida team right now, but Philly's been hot. Fade Ice X. Isles are way better than the Leafs. I don't know about that. Leafs are the Leafs. Isles are Stanley Cup contenders. Isles are fast and young. Well, Ice X, how much have you been drinking this morning? Because I think you have things a little bit incorrect here. Feels like a trap spot for Florida Flyers, so money line. Verhaeghe and Tkachuk, both anytime goal. Yeah, Verhaeghe I have written down for a point as a parlay piece, but nothing singly for him. Tippett point, yeah, I'm not going anywhere near Philadelphia props. I kind of looked briefly and didn't really like anything. Let's get it. Yes, let's get it. Great slate today. And we will move on along to our next game. Nashville Predators +120 to +135. Buffalo Sabres -146 to -161. 6.5s right across the board in this game. I mentioned that I had 2 games that I'm completely passing on, and this is the first. I don't trust Buffalo. I don't trust Nashville. I don't trust either team's offense right now. I'd probably trust Buffalo's offense more, but I don't trust them right now. Nashville has won 8 of their last 10 trips to Buffalo, but Buffalo is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings overall, so they've been better recently. Buffalo's won 1 of their last 8 games, trending towards the over. Nashville can't score, trending towards the under. 3-2-1 of their last 6. This is just a pass and move on game. I have no interest in this one. Not enough, Terry. Not enough. So you need more booze. All right. Watch the Sabres win, covering the -1.5. They can, but it won't affect me whatsoever. LOL. So true, Terry. Pass. Yes. There's great spots all over the slate today. This is one that you just say bye-bye. Preds still have no Yossi? Yes. Apparently he will not play tonight, which is – he hasn't really been doing too much for them recently anyway, but he's probably been playing hurt, and that would probably be the reason why. But, yeah, he won't be in the lineup, which hurts him. Done with my money on Buffalo till next season. Yeah. Some of these teams have given up, and there'll be teams that I'll be passing on regardless of the game. Under 6.5, don't want anything to do with the side. Both just got blown out 7-0 in their last game. Look for defense. Yeah, that's probably good luck. Best of luck, Nick. Moving on along to our next one here. Tampa Bay Lightning -240 to -278. Montreal Canadiens +180 to +225. 6.5s right across the board. Tampa Bay, as I said in previous shows, has dominated Montreal for a long time now. 7-1-1 in their last trips to Montreal. 7 in the last 8 games went under 6.5. So they've been lower scoring games between these teams in Montreal as of late. But these teams are not playing under right now. That's for sure. Tampa Bay 5-2-1 in their last 8, over in 3 straight games. Montreal 1-7-2 in their last 10, over in 7 of their last 8 games. So previous history says under, current play says over. Tampa Bay, huge favorites in this one. Ultimately, I'm going to stay offside in total, but there's one player right now for Tampa Bay, and that is Mikhail Sergachev. To get an assist is -108. He has an assist in 6 of his last 8 games. He has 2 or more assists in 5 of his last 8 games. So not as only is he getting 1, but he's getting 2 for the majority of his last few games. Mikhail Sergachev has been on fire for this Tampa Bay team, and I will back him at a -108 price, which I think is not correct. Montreal, Tampa Bay pass, lean Montreal, and the under 6.5. Interesting. I want to pick Montreal. Yeah, good luck. I can't do it myself, but they do upset sometimes. Obviously, they're going to win sometimes, and you're going to get a good price on them. If you have that feeling with them, I can't get to it myself. Moving on along here to our next one, we have Carolina Hurricanes -102 to +100. New York Rangers -108 to -120. Sixes, I see a 6.5 and a 5.5 in this one. Carolina has lost 3 of their last 5 games. All 3 losses were by 3 or more goals. The Rangers 6-0-1 in their last 7. They've covered the puck line in 4 straight games. The Rangers have won their last 4 games at home against Carolina, covering the puck line in all 4 games. And the Rangers are 6-1 in their last 7 meetings against Carolina, including 2 meetings this year. They covered the puck line in all 6 wins. Give me Rangers on the money line. Give me Rangers on the puck line for a over +200 price here. Give me Chris Kreider anytime goal at +190. Give me Vincent Trocheck over half an assist at +175. And Mika Zibanejad anytime goal at +180. Zibanejad has a goal in 4 straight games. He should not be +180. Kreider has a goal in 4 of his last 5 games. He should not be +190. And Trocheck has an assist in 5 games in a row. He should not be +160. The Rangers should not be -108 or -115 in this spot. This game is the most wrongly priced game on the board today. And I like the Rangers in this one. I want to pick my nose, but there we go. A game of the night to watch, lean, under, but pass. Canes money line, boom. All right, there you go. Rangers money line, I like it a lot. Panarin anytime goal and assist. Zibanejad and Kreider anytime goal. Right there with you, Richie. Right there with you. Of course, here comes the Rangers love. Why should anybody love Carolina? Why? Since losing Svechnikov, this team has taken a step back. They had trouble scoring with him in the lineup. Now they don't even have him to help score. This Rangers team is hot again. I don't see any reason to like Carolina whatsoever. Carolina money line. Best of luck. And Nick and Ice X can have fun with that. Best bet for Captain Bry. Going for the big plus money. New York Rangers -1.5 +225. Great price. I'll go just to recap. Chris Kreider anytime goal +190. Vincent Trocheck anytime or over half an assist at plus 175, and Mika Zibanejad over half a goal at plus 180 in this one. Moving on along to our next one, we have the Ottawa Senators plus 225 to plus 262. Boston Bruins minus 286 to minus 333. 6.5s right across the board in this one. Ottawa coming off that big win yesterday. Dylan Ferguson with a huge game. No one's been confirmed in net for Ottawa, I believe. But you're not going to throw the kid back out there on the second night of a back-to-back. Let me just check and make sure nobody's been confirmed. Yeah, Mad Sogard is likely, or is unconfirmed, but should be in net. And he's been absolutely awful lately. Ottawa's allowed 5+ goals in 6 of their last 7 games. 6 of their last 8 now, not including yesterday, of course. Boston, 3 games they've won in a row. They've won all 3 by 3 or more, and they have allowed 2 goals total in their last 3 games. Boston 7-1 in the last 8 at home against Ottawa. 4 of the last 5 went under 5.5. I can't take an under with Sogard, but I think Senators team total under. Let's see. Ottawa team total under 2.5 minus 133. Yeah, I can't quite get to that. But and under 1.5. I don't know if I want to go that far, but yeah, kind of priced out of that. But I don't see Ottawa putting up too much offense here. And I would lean with Boston on the puck line, but no bet here. Cover blown. Boston, Ottawa under 6.5. Very possible. Sogard shuts out the Bruins. Yeah, okay. Imagine still sends money line. Yeah, imagine in your dreams. Well, I don't know how it can be in your dreams because you're a Bruins fan, but Sens get up to play against the Bruins for some reason. They may get up to play against them, but they lose. Yes, okay, they finally beat you, but Boston's dominated Ottawa for years. So Hampus anytime goal. Yeah, I didn't get to any props in this one. I did not get to any props in this one. But we'll move on along to our next game here. We have the Minnesota Wild plus 130 to plus 155. New Jersey Devils minus 169 to minus 188. 6s, a couple 5.5s available in this one. Okay, I may be biased, but that's fine. So question to people in the chat right now. Do you think that Minnesota should be plus 150 against the Devils on the road here when Minnesota's lost 1 of their last 16 games in regulation? Minnesota's won their last 4 games in New Jersey. New Jersey's lost 3 of their last 4 games. I think there is a ton of value on Minnesota here. Plus 150. I think it should be much more closer to plus 120. I think this, along with a lot of other games, is not priced correctly. I do have a couple props here in this one for Minnesota. I mentioned it in a tweet on Sunday. Matt Boldy and Marcus Johansson are 2 really hot players for the Wild right now. Boldy scores, Johansson gets an assist 40 seconds into the game, or 50 seconds, sorry. 50 seconds into the game, I cashed 2 props. Right back to them here. Matt Boldy, anytime goal, plus 235. He has a goal in 3 of his last 5, including a hat trick in his last game. Marcus Johansson to get a point. He has a point in 4 of his last 5 games and is plus 130 to get a point. Which is absolutely insane. He's super hot right now. That line, him, Boldy, and Eric Sinek are super hot right now. He should not be plus 130 on the second line for the Wild. Now, there is apparently a couple questionable players in the Wild lineup today. and it very well could be Marcus Johansson. But as he did not play the full game last game, he came out, but Dean Evison said it was for precautionary reasons. He was tested. He's totally fine. So I'm assuming he'll be fine here. But I would still bet him regardless. Whoa. Ryan Reaves is plus 800 to plus 950 to score a goal today. He has a goal in, get that. He has a goal. Wow. Yeah, but not widely available. But he has a goal in 3 of his last 4 games for Minnesota, Ryan Reaves. So definitely recommend that at a big plus price if you are able to get it. And I like Marcus Johansson, Matt Boldy, and obviously Minnesota on the money line. I think it's way too overpriced in this one. Devils minus 2.5. All right. We all lose you, Nick and I, joking, LOL. I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but this line is stupid. Wild plus 160 for me. First place. Wild first place at the end of the night. In order for that to happen, the Wild would have to win, and the Stars would have to lose against Seattle. So I don't know about that one, but I think we are tied for first or around there. Use the Wild as your best bet. IceX wants you to jinx them, but Nick hasn't really been jinxing anybody. Like others more. I like that. The guy is above is a funny. Yes. All jokes aside, I really couldn't see a side in this one, so I took the draw instead. Interesting. Angry face. Uh-oh. Oh, because Richie wants to bet Reaves anytime goal, but he can't. I'm sorry, Richie. I'm sorry. But maybe he won't score because Ryan Reaves shouldn't really have 3 goals in his last 4 games. But hey, I'll take it, obviously. Moving on along to our next one here, Toronto Maple Leafs minus 115 to minus 133. Islanders minus 108 to plus 109. Sixes, see a 5.5 available in this one as well. Here, Toronto 4-1-1 in their last 6. 5 of their last 6 games have gone over 6.5. Islanders 5-2 in their last 7. 3 of their last 5 have gone over 6.5. Toronto 4-2 in their last 6 trips to New York. I like the Leafs, but I don't like them enough to pull the trigger in this one. So many other spots on the board. This is one of my other past games. Just nothing I really like in it. Player props, lean with the Leafs, but not getting involved here. Isles home doggies and under 6. Nick is taking the Islanders. Who could have seen that coming? Islanders money line is a lock. Leafs will leave. We shall see. We shall see. Moving on along to our next one here. Richie likes Marner anytime goal and point and an assist. So all over Marner for Richie. All right. Detroit Red Wings, St. Louis Blues. Detroit plus 110 to plus 134. St. Louis minus 138 to minus 154. 6.5s right across the board in this one. I did a free pick video for this on Picks and Parlays yesterday for this game where I took the over 6.5. I still like it, obviously. St. Louis has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. Detroit has also been going over a lot lately on the second night of a back-to-back with travel. I don't like this spot for Detroit, but I'm not taking St. Louis at minus 145. So just taking the over in this one here. Andrew Kopp for Detroit. He has a point in 6 of his last 7 games, and he's minus 118. Kyrou and Buchnevich, both really hot right now for the Blues, but you'd have to take them in a parlay. Because you can't bet it singly. but I like the over in this one. Wings money line and the under 6.5. Interesting pass. Both teams only average low twos and expected goals for in their last 10 games. Well, their games have still been going over, so it is what it is. Everyone is jumping on the bandwagon for this game with the future Hall of Famer, Red Wings money line. Everyone faded Hall of Famer in last 2 games. I'm not sure. Hoffer. Yeah. Hey, I don't know. He's played well. Move on to the next one. We got 3 more left, then we'll get to the best bet segment. Arizona Coyotes, Winnipeg Jets. Arizona plus 200 to plus 249. Winnipeg minus 263 to minus 305. 6.5s right across the board in this one. And when it comes to side or total in this game, I'm passing. Arizona has been playing great hockey recently. Surprisingly, 6-0-1 in their last 7 games. However, most of those were home games. When you look at Arizona on the road, 1-1-4 in their last 6. So they're getting to overtime, but they're not winning games on the road. Winnipeg 3-3 in their last 6. They've gone under 5.5 in 4 of their last 5. Winnipeg has won 13 of the last 15 at home against Arizona. The last 3 games went under 3.5. So we did have some very low scoring games when these two teams have faced each other in the past. But looking at it here, there's 2 player props that I'm on in this game. They both play on the top line for Arizona. Clayton Keller, anytime goal, plus 180. He has a goal in 4 of his last 5 games. He has a point in 13 of his last 14 games. That's a great parlay piece because he's at half a point today. He's usually been at 1.5 points, but because he's facing Winnipeg and this amazing defense, apparently, they think he's going to be held off the score sheet. I don't think so. He is over 1.5 points in 5 of his last 7 games for Clayton Keller. And then Barrett Hayden, one of the most wrongly priced props of the day, has a point in 7 games in a row, but is minus 105 to get a point here. That's what I like. Barrett Hayden, over half a point. Clayton Keller, anytime goal. Could very well cash with 1 Clayton Keller goal, both props. That's where I'm going, and that's all I'm doing in this one. Arizona, Winnipeg, under 6.5. Lean towards Yotes. Jets have no right being minus 260s or 300s, yeah. But yeah, Arizona can't win on the road for whatever reason. But the 1-800 segment portion of the show, not necessarily at all. I got 2 props in this one. Moving on along, we have the Seattle Kraken and the Dallas Stars meeting once again here. Seattle plus 120 to plus 140. Dallas Stars minus 152 to minus 167. 6.5s right across the board. And they're 6.5s now, which is good because this game opened at a 6. And I just said on both shows when these two teams faced each other in Seattle back-to-back that the total should not be a 6. It should be a 6.5. Both times it was a 6. It opened as a 6 again, but people are having the right idea. They're betting the over. Now it's a 6.5. I still like it at a 6.5. Seattle's gone over 6.5 in 5 of their last 6 games. Dallas has gone over 6.5 in 8 of their last 9 games. These teams have faced each other 5 times since Seattle joined the league. Dallas is 4-1, and they've gone over in 3 of 5. Love the over in this game, and I love 2 props. I really love 2 props in this game. Wyatt Johnston, over half a point, minus 108. He has a point in 10 of his last 12 games. 10 of his last 12 games, yet he is minus 110. Minus 110 to get a point, which is ridiculous. Vince Dunn to get an assist for Seattle. He has an assist in 10 of his last 12 games, yet he's plus 110 to get an assist in this game. Again, not priced correctly. So over 6.5, Vince Dunn assist, Wyatt Johnston point. You can go Wyatt Johnston for a goal and get even bigger plus money. But I just went with a point in this one. We'll jump into the chat. Stars sweep. We'll see. We'll see. Pass would like to see both teams lose for his futures. 6.5s now, lean under. No, I disagree. It should have been a 6.5. It should have been a 6.5 the last two games, and it still went over. I like the over. Disagree. Stars seem to have the Kraken's number correct. They've won 4 of the 5 games they met, so yeah. But a lot of teams have had the Kraken's number since they joined last year. They don't have a lot of history. What's good, fellas? How's it going, right, Kate? But we'll move on. We got 2 more games left in this one. Calgary Flames, Anaheim Ducks. Calgary minus 215 and minus 250. Anaheim Ducks plus 170 to plus 198. 6.5s right across the board in this one. Calgary off a back-to-back, off the bad loss in LA. I would expect them to bounce back here. They've won their last 5 games in Anaheim. This actually used to be a house of horrors for the Flames coming to Anaheim. I think they lost like 25 games in a row or something crazy like that. But that's in the past now. They've corrected that. I can't really get involved in this game. When you're looking at parlay pieces, there are a couple hot players right now in Lindholm and Toffoli for the Flames, Troy Terry for the Anaheim Ducks. So if you're looking at parlay a point, that's where I'd go. But nothing singly in this game, and no side or total. Going to the last game before we get to the best bet segment, Vegas Golden Knights and the Vancouver Canucks. Vegas minus 128 to minus 150. Road favorites. The Canucks plus 108 to plus 121. Home dogs. 6.5s right across the board. In this game, both teams are playing great right now. Vegas 8-2 in their last 10. They've scored 4 more in 7 of their last 9 games. Vancouver 7-1 in their last 8. They've allowed 3 or less goals in 9 straight games. So the Canucks defense / goaltending is getting the job done big time. Vegas 8-1-2 all time in Vancouver. They've scored 4+ goals in 8 of the last 11 games. So we're having kind of different stats here. With Vancouver not allowing goals recently, but they've allowed goals to Vegas, and most of the games they faced each other. I can't pick a side in this game. I think it's a good price for Vegas on the road with how they've been playing, but the Canucks fading them right now is not going well. So for me, it's 3 props in this game, starting with one of the most hottest players on the board. In his last 8 games, he has a point in all 8. That's Riley Smith for the Vegas Golden Knights, minus 110 to get a point today. He plays on the same line with Pavel Dorofeyev. I mentioned Pavel in the last couple shows. He has a goal in 3 of his last 4 games, plus 375 to score for Pavel Dorofeyev. And then Alex Pietrangelo, who has a point in 5 of his last 6 games, is plus 135 to get a point today. Books, you're sleeping. You are sleeping right across the board. There's every game, it feels like the books are sleeping today. So big slate. I love so much all over the slate. We'll see how it goes. But we'll jump into the chat here, and then we'll get to the best bets segment. I wanted to quack attack not after an 8-2 loss, though. Yeah. Hey, Terry, going to have to rewatch. No problem, Melissa. Yeah, don't miss a minute because I went through so many picks today. Canucks in the over 6.5. All right. What is with your profile pick? Take your bloody overtime luck back. The Sharks cashed last night. Vancouver money line is Nick's best bet. Interesting. Vancouver Canucks. Nick. They played really great hockey. I don't blame you. It sucked for him. That overtime sucked for him too. You had the under though. All right, we will go to the best bet segment and we'll take a look at what happened yesterday for the show. For me, Pittsburgh hurt me. Florida cashed. Pittsburgh did not. IceX cashed Ottawa, but lost San Jose in the shootout. Crystal went with Colorado first period, puck line. I said that was a great bet on the show, and it was. They won 1-0 after the first. So Crystal won that. Kachuk and Stützle did not score. Pittsburgh obviously did not win. Houston Rockets got smashed. The over did not happen, and Pittsburgh lost, and the over did not happen. That Pittsburgh game hurt a bunch of us yesterday. Very unexpected, but that is going to happen sometimes. Looking at the month of March, how everything's worked itself out here. Crystal has a nice lead in first place. Kev_bets in second. Nick in third. Steph in fourth. Captain Brian fifth. Myself in sixth. And then a bunch of us here within 2-3 units. 9 more days, 10 more days left in the month. So we will keep it going. Go to today's best bet segment. For me, I'm going to go with Marcus Johansson over half a point, a plus 130 for the Wild. If he is out, if he is one of the questionable players, then I'm going to go with Wyatt Johnston to get a point. It's going to be, I'm leaving it as Marcus Johansson, but just if anyone does want to tail me and he does not play, then my second favorite would be Wyatt Johnston over half a point at minus 108. IceX is going with the Sens money line and the Leafs minus 1.5. Captain Bry is going with the Rangers on the puck line. Nick is going with the Canucks money line in this one. I should spell it Canucks money line. No. Pens don't want to make the playoffs, and that's fine with me. Pens are trash, blah, blah, blah. Melissa's like, everybody be quiet. I'm a Pens fan. At least I'm not as bad as IceX. I'll post my best bet later. I'm undecided. No problem. If anybody does want to put your best bet in, feel free. Put it in the chat right now, or you can put it in the chat after the show is done. Put in your best bet that you like today and jump on the leaderboard. Horrible. Yes, horrible. I can't, Melissa. Sure. I don't know what kind of accent. Sorry. I hope that, I'm sorry. I can't. But that is today's show. Best of luck to everybody today. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. Appreciate all the support. Best of luck to everybody today. Let's make some money on this great slate. And we'll see you again tomorrow for another episode. Getting Wild with Terry. Free NHL picks. Best of luck, guys.